Welcome to the Monastery of Christ in the Desert. I'm Abbot Christian. I have many jobs here. One of them just now was chasing some cattle off our property. Some of our land is fenced in, some of it, a lot of it isn't. And in New Mexico, at least as I understand it, if you don't fence the horses, cows, whatever animal might come in, they're free to come on your property. So occasionally we have to chase some of the cattle off the property that belong to other people. But I'm writing Feria, F-E-R-I-A, which basically in Latin and Italian means weekday, and she's a Peruvian Paso horse. A gift to us from an older couple who really weren't able to take care of her anymore. And in part we've become a sanctuary for horses that are looking for homes, or owners of the horses that are looking for homes. And all we have right now 4 horses that have basically been gifts to us. One was a very sweet man, friend of ours from Texas, who was dying of cancer, and he wanted to give a good home to his horse, so he's here, named Buck. Feria came as in the same way, and a couple that were interested in finding a place for her, as they couldn't take care of her so easily anymore. But she's really a good rider, good mount, aren't you? Yes, you good girl. She's not very old, I'd say 12, 14 years old. Horses can live to be 30 or more. I also want to mention the patrons of horses are 2 early church martyrs named Florus and Loris. I'd forgotten their patronage of horses till I was preparing for this video. Florus, F-L-O-R-U-S, and Loris, L-A-U-R-U-S, were Christian martyrs from the 2nd century. They were from Constantinople, present-day Turkey. They were stonemasons by trade, but they gave their wages away. The legend or the stories about them say that they gave their wages away. So in the Christian tradition, they're called non-mercenaries for their generosity. They were martyred for their Christianity. They had drawn a lot of believers into the Catholic and Christian faith of the time, and were martyred by being thrown into a well, an empty well. I should also mention they were twins, the story goes, and they were thrown into a well, and then the well was covered with dirt, so basically buried alive. And when their relics were eventually exhumed, they were found to be incorrupt, meaning they were still intact, but also on the day that their relics were exhumed, a very serious horse plague, a plague that was killing horses, ended on that day. So it made sense, or traditionally then they became suddenly the patrons, Florus and Loris, of horses. So that's who we pray to for the safety of our horses here. And we have them basically for pleasure, for enjoyment, for recreation for the brothers. I have maybe 10 brothers who ride at different times. I try to ride on Saturdays for an hour or so, but also to, as I said earlier, chase some of the cattle off the property as need be. But we've had horses here at this monastery for many, many years, decades, and gosh, many different horses. I've been riding since I was in grade school, probably the 8th grade or so I started riding, so that would be almost 60 years ago, something like that, 55 years. And I still love horses and I enjoy riding. Thank you for watching the video. We keep you in our prayers. We wish you could be here with us again, but we have to wait until it's really safe. But in the meantime, I want to bring a little bit of our life to you with these videos, and I'll be doing others as time permits. It's been a while since I did the last one, but we have a beautiful fall day here today, and I wanted to share this video about our horses.